Okay, friends, it's time to play. No overthinking allowed. Just look at the four cats and notice which one seems to choose you because, that's how cats operate. They choose us. Each cat has a different message for the big cat transit of Jupiter in Leo. So trust your intuition. There's a reason this particular cat is catching your attention. So grab your favorite beverage, settle in, and let's see what joyful message and gift your cat is bringing you. Kind of like a little cute mouse in its mouth. Jupiter is about opportunities and expansion. And when it transits the sign of Leo, it is about how can we expand our capacity for pleasure and joy and art and living boldly. Leo is the sign of the heart. So when Jupiter transits there, it really is time to tune in with what we truly want in our life and take the expansive steps forward to make it happen. Okay, so you chose the beautiful leopard. Let's see what you need to know about gifts, goodies, and blessings with Jupiter in Leo. We're going to start with this deck, this beautiful sun deck, and we have a beautiful rose, a couple rose decks, because that feels like very Leo heart-centered energy, the roses. All right, let's see what we have here for you. We have independence. We have the moon in Aquarius. Okay, so cats are notorious for being very independent, unless you have somebody who's very clingy like I do, but so there could be something that you're craving to strike out on your own and do something for yourself, by yourself, something that is uniquely yours. Now, Pluto is also in Aquarius at this time during this Jupiter and Leo transit. And it will be opposite Jupiter early in the transit, which does suggest powerful transformational changes. So whatever you're doing with this independent energy, it's going to be life transforming for you. Like that is the nature and extent of it. Pluto in Aquarius will bring some energy up from the depths and clear it out so that you can really begin again in some very exciting way. So let's see what we need to know about that for you with this leopard energy. He has to find just the right spot on the desk. He was laying all over the cards before, and I had to put a notebook down that he could lean on. You know, cats, they always have to be on something. All right, let us see. Independence. Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups here. And we have the wheel. So we have the Jupiter energy showing up here. Gorgeous. We have the Emperor in the heart here, called the Elder. We have the Page of Swords, Curiosity of Air, and we have the Queen of Swords, which is Aquarian energy also. Generosity of Air. Okay, wow. All right, so with our independence energy, we have the energy of an emotional change. And in this deck, it's called Velocity. So it's like you have the momentum behind you. You have the emotional momentum behind you to make this change of independence, letting go of something you don't need in your life anymore. And what's interesting, of course, this is the moon. And, it is about our emotions. Moon can also be connected with our home and our family, of course. So this could also be you moving on, moving away, changing up your home location in some way, especially since we have the wheel that is also showing up, which is the Jupiter in Leo energy. So this could be a whole new emotional cycle that you are starting, like I said, with your independence. Maybe you're starting your own business, or you're moving away from home for the first time, or whatever the case may be, you're starting some other very important emotional news cycle in your life that gives you a lot of freedom, because I always think of those two words as synonymous, independence and freedom. In your heart, you have the elder, the emperor. So you could really be feeling like you're making a very mature decision about this independence. And maybe also here, this is something your mother or your father or some other older individual in your life would have wanted for you. That's another way to look at that particular energy. But there's the sense of maturity. And there also could be the sense of, if not now, when? Especially with the wheel next to it, which is a lot about movement. So you could be feeling, I am absolutely in the place where I am ready to make this change toward my independence. I am mature enough to do it. And like I said, if I'm not doing it now, when am I going to do it? Am I going to wait until I'm 90? No, maybe I need to do it now. And we have the Page of Swords, which is exciting here, this curiosity of air. So there could be some new mindset shifts that you have, new ideas about how you're going to move forward with this. There could be important communications coming in. There could be a lot of emails, letters, texts, paperwork, just a lot of things that you are getting into motion with this wheel here. But also, I think with this Knight of Cups and this Page of Swords, it's like you are absolutely thinking about this whole situation and what you're moving toward with a fresh mindset. That's the other thing. And then we have the generosity of air, the Queen of Swords, which ties in again with our Aquarius energy. So there is something here of steely resolve. Like you are absolutely in the flow of this new mindset. And you're being kind and generous to yourself in a way maybe you haven't before, in terms of thinking and opening up your world to this new independence, this new thing that you want to pursue. And like I said, like we have a new cycle getting underway. We have the maturity, and Queen of Swords is a very mature energy when it comes to our rational thinking. Like she dots all her I's and crosses all her T's. So like you are very mentally prepared for this. But also, like I said, I feel like you're opening up to a whole new way of thinking about what is possible for you. All right, so we have you striking out on your own. And let's see what happens next with this leopard energy, with this Jupiter in Leo. All right, we have generosity, and we just had generosity of air. We have Saturn in Leo. Wow. Okay. There is something that you are giving to yourself that in turn is going to let you give to other people. All right. So whatever this independent path is that you're getting ready to undertake, and it may have something to do with your communication skills. Very possible here with this sword energy that's coming out. So it could be you're giving yourself the gift. Jupiter and Leo is helping you open up your heart to your creativity, which that is a lot of Jupiter and Leo energy. Absolutely expanding into our creative potential. And so maybe because you're doing that, you're allowing yourself to finally do your art, write your book, whatever it might be. You in turn will be giving to other people the joy of reading your book, the joy of attending your drama performance, the joy of your music, etc. Okay, so you see what I am saying here? Because Saturn is about commitment. So this is the generosity of spirit to commit to your art and to what your heart wants. That's really the thing also. So let's see what we need to know about that. We're going to switch decks. Let us see. Leopard vibes happening. Let us see. And I also feel too that if you have felt that the universe has been a little stingy with you, if you have felt that opportunities may have been drying up lately, it could be that that really turns around with this Jupiter in Leo transit. All right, let's see. Saturn in Leo. Judgment. Leo energy with the 8 of Wands. 5 of Coins, which is what I was just talking about. Page of Coins, like not feeling like there's opportunities. And look, the Page of Swords again. All right. So that's what's changing. I do feel like you probably have felt a scarcity with that Five of Coins in your heart, or you've just been a little tired and uninspired with whatever you have going on in your life. But that is changing, because here is this beautiful announcement, this big angel coming down to breathe new life and light into your life. And we have this Eight of Wands, which is spoiled for choice. All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Things are popping off very, very quickly for you. As opposed to before, if things were absent or stagnant, etc., with this Five of Coins in your heart. We have an opportunity in your hand with the Page of Coins, and again, the Page of Swords, paperwork, news, text, contracts. So there is energy to invest into new projects. The issue here is choosing. That is the thing, because, you know, with an Eight of Wands, we can't do everything. We have to figure out which are the most viable ones. And especially with the point that we have Saturn in Leo here, this is going to be about what does your heart truly want, as I was saying, the commitment. And Eight of Wands could be there's too many things. How do I choose? So do your research and do your homework, Page of Coins. That's also indicative here with that energy before you make a decision of which direction you're going to move in. So you're about to have a beautiful commitment to some sort of independent shift in your life where your unique talents and skills are able to be in the spotlight, where suddenly more opportunities are coming in. This is very nice. And let's pull from this deck and see what we have. The Rose Oracle. What do you need to know? Jupiter in Leo. Wow, we have the Wild Rose. Do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness and untamed. That's your independence. You're doing it your way, not what anybody else thinks. And that's the other thing with that Judgment card also, is using your discernment in terms of what is right for you. Okay, very nice. All right, let's just pull 2 cards for this and see what else we need to know. Do it your way with the Wild Rose. And that's the thing. I mean, the moon in Aquarius, that is a little untamed. It can be, you know, it's Aquarius. So let's see what you need to know with this leopard energy. Ooh, the Two of Cups and the Ace of Coins. Beautiful. So do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness, untamed. We have this Two of Cups, though. Now, I also look at a Two of Cups as an energy of looking in a mirror. So this could be you having a conversation with yourself about what your heart really needs to also bring healing with this symbol that's in the Two of Cups. And then we have this beautiful Ace of Coins, which is about planting a big and prosperous seed from doing something your way independently that you were very committed to, that Saturn energy that we had, and that fills up your heart with a sense of joy and generosity. So yes, it is possible that there is a negotiation with this, because, you know, whatever this thing is going to be different for everybody who's watching this, whatever this new opportunity represents for you. This could also be, since we had the Queen of Swords and we had the elder figure, it could be you having, you know, a spiritual conversation if they're no longer on the earthly plane with that particular person, and feeling the energy from them saying, yeah, invest in yourself, do you, take care of you, do this thing. The time is now. So it could be that. It could be, yes, an interview. It could be a negotiation for something you want very badly, whatever the case may be. But the Two of Cups is a great card, because it is that both people are on the same page. There is goodwill with the Two of Cups. So, and then the universe really supporting this and giving you what you need to make this heart-centered commitment happen in your life. So let me know in the comments, what is this going to be for you? What is this big seed you would like to plant with this Jupiter in Leo generosity energy. Because notice we go from a 5 of cups before to a 5 of coins from before to a beautiful ace of coins now. All right, Jupiter and Leo, pick a cat for the lion. If you chose the lion, let's see what you need to know. We're going to start first with this beautiful sun deck, a very Leo energy with this. Let's see. For the lion, we have Mercury and Pisces. We have some inspiration, very creative energy. Mercury and Pisces, the sign of the dreamer, of poetry, of film, screenwriting, photography, dancing. As you can see, this person dancing here, any of those type of arts that are very, very fluid, of course. Okay. Very nice. So let's see what we need to know about this for you. Mercury in Pisces, inspiration, an inspiration that often comes from the ethers, since Neptune rules Pisces. We're talking about Mercury here. So like that comes in dreams. That comes when you're half asleep, half awake, those types of divine inspirations. All right, let's see. Let's see what you need to know about that. We have the 8 of Cups. Interesting. And the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. The 5 of Coins in the heart of the situation. The 7 of Swords. And we have the 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Oh, interesting. Because of course, we have the Queen of Wands, the Leo energy is showing up here. But all these other cards are about being stuck, but you're leaving it behind. So I think so far what this is saying is Jupiter and Leo for you is going to bring out a renewed sense of inspiration. Like any creative blocks that you have had, any doldrums you've been in, any lack of zest for life, you've just been kind of just feeling out of it, that's all going to change. Pisces is also associated with dreams, as I was saying, but I think you're going to have the renewed fire in your heart to pursue your dreams. So, wow, very interesting. Okay, so we start out with the 8 of Water, the 8 of Cups. That is about leaving a situation behind because you are done with it. And you need to be done with it also because you want to get your energy back. We have this generosity of fire, this Queen of Wands. Looks like she's been in a carnival here. I don't know what she's been doing, but she's been at the circus. So maybe she has felt like, not my circus, not my monkeys. Like, what am I doing for myself? Why am I getting caught up in all this other drama? So you're ready to leave some sort of drama behind because it's draining on your energy. And then the rest of these cards are all about that. So we have a 5 of Coins. This guy's in his boat, ready to go. 5 of Coins, lack of opportunity, feeling left out, feeling just kind of numb. That's the vibe I'm getting here. The 7 of Swords, 2 little foxes that are on here. So, feeling like you're dealing maybe with a lot of people who are inauthentic or a lot of people who just have unsavory morals is kind of what I am getting. Like they'll do anything for money. Maybe they've sold themselves out in some way and you don't want to be around that energy. You want to be around Queen of Wands energy. You want to be around people who still believe in dreams and that you can pursue your dreams, not these cynical shenanigan type people. And then we also have the 10 of Swords here, the 10 of Air. And you can see the nurse here and there's a hospital bed. So that's the thing. You're absolutely not wanting to be stuck in a situation that is sickening to you in some way, mentally, the attitudes that the people have, because it's next to the 7 of Swords. I'm really getting a feeling here with this 5 of Coins, 7 of Swords, 10 of Swords, somebody around you or the group you've been running with, they're just so materialistic. And there's nothing wrong with wanting money or nice things. We're not saying that. But there's something about the It's the word I want. It's just unsavory keeps coming to mind. Like there's just such a focus on it to the exclusion of anything else that you don't want to be around it anymore. So, I mean, then the Eight of Cups, like you're leaving it all behind. Why? Because there is something here that is being born within you. This Queen of Wands energy, this fire, this spark is still within you to go and pursue stuff that inspires you. And I have said this before on this channel. It is not always just about, going to live your dream. Sometimes you have to change up the environment and the people that are around you because their energy, the energy of the environment, where you're living, the city, the town, wherever, it does affect you. And sometimes if you are having problems, I'm not telling you what to do. This is just also in my experience. When you are having issues, it's not always you. This is the other thing. It can be that you are in the wrong location with the wrong people. And so I encourage you to think about that, especially with this Mercury Pisces energy, like what would be an environment that would be more inspiring for you? This is something to think about during this Jupiter in Leo transit. Leo, the heart space, like where would your heart feel expansive? Where would your heart be respected by the people around you? That you have the same values. I think that is very important from what the cards are saying here. Okay, lion-hearted. Let's pull another one from this deck and see. What else do we need to know for you? Ooh, we have Mars in Capricorn. We have authority. Wow. So this can be about listening to your own inner authority. Mars is how we use our energy. Mars loves to be in Capricorn because Capricorn is about climbing the mountain. Capricorn is about, executive decision making. Capricorn is about waste not, want not. Like Capricorn does not make a move unless it's going to result in results. So this is very nice. I think you're going to be like, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Mars, how we use our energy. So you're going to be very inspired to take action on what you believe, your inner authority. Gorgeous. All right, let us see. That's very Leo. Because here's the thing too. I mean, I know it's a Capricorn, but just, the Jupiter and Leo. Leo is a lot about respect. People forget that, And so I think you've been feeling with these people around you, this energy around you, that also it's just not respecting your energy. There's a sense that maybe people have been using you also, and you're done. You are so done. All right, let us see what we need to know about this Mars in Capricorn for you. Wow. Nine of Swords. Yeah, you want out of the nightmare of these people around you. Wow, another beautiful Queen energy. Queen of Coins, also Capricorn vibes. Manifestation energy. Look, the Emperor. Wow. Talk about inner authority. Page of Coins and a Six of Cups. Very lovely energy here. Okay. Yeah. So this Nine of Swords, like, we've already discussed it with the other energies we had. This is just like adding more affirming energy onto all the mishigas we just had with the Seven of Swords, 10 of Swords, etc., Five of Coins. So yes, there has been energy around you that has been intentionally cruel and using you. Yes. And you're saying, okay, you know what? If I want to change it, I'm going to have to change it. If I want it to change, this is the thing. So my inner authority is like, let me focus. That's the Queen of Coins here on what I can do that is natural to me, natural to my energy. I'm not fighting who I really am. And let me focus on what I truly want to manifest for my life next, because my heart is taking charge. And also, again, my imagination, my believing in my dreams, the Aries Emperor energy. I got this. This is Mars in your heart. And we had Mars authority before. So your lion-hearted energy is just ready to roar here. So you're merging the best of manifestation in terms of focused intention with taking aligned action. That is the Emperor. With I am doing my homework to find out really what I need to do, the steps I need to take. There could be some good money news coming in also to support you in this endeavor to, live your dream, whatever it might be. And then we have this gorgeous 6 of Cups, which is a gift from the universe and also can be the gift of a new person coming into your life who is supportive of your dreams in some way. Not like these other shenanigan people who have been around, and we've already discussed them. Okay, so this can also be you with this inspiration to pursue something that goes back to your childhood also, a childhood dream that you've always had. And, maybe those other people were intentionally saying cruel things like, oh, you're too old to do that, or who are you to do that, or what do you think you're doing? Real dream quashers, in other words. And that's the thing, Jupiter in Leo is very optimistic energy. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody around who is being pessimistic and, Debbie or Dougie Downers and trying to throw shade on people's dreams, they are going to see that they're not going to be welcome anywhere. Jupiter in Leo is not going to stand for that. So this is very, very nice. This is really affirming of living your dream, because here's the thing too, like the Page of Coins, Queen of Coins, you are researching. You're not just like going off, half-assed to do whatever. No, you really are, grounding this in reality as well, and with resources. And also, that's the thing with this Capricorn. You could be very resourceful. There could be resources coming to you. I love that 6 of Cups. And also the Queen of Coins. There can be resources that you find, you figure out, or just Jupiter and Leo brings them in to help you move toward whatever this goal is, this dream is that you have for your life. All right, let's pull an oracle card from this beautiful rose deck. Roses really feel very Leo to me, this beautiful heart-centered energy. All right, let's see what you have here. We have the Anointed. Answer the call. Leadership, empowerment, and soul gifts. Wow. And we had the leadership energy with the Mars in Capricorn, the authority. We had the Emperor in your heart just now. So maybe for some of you, and the Queen of Wands, very nice too. Like there could be something here about manifesting a leadership role, whether that's in your community or within a certain group that you belong to. Maybe not the group we already talked about, but a new group. Or at your job, like maybe getting a promotion in some way. So very, very nice. Answering the call. This is about answering the call of your heart, ultimately. This is Jupiter and Leo we're talking about. And soul gifts, which ties in with the 6 of Cups. It's something you were naturally born and gifted with from an early age that maybe now it's time to explore it. Okay, with that Mercury and Pisces energy. All right, let's see what we need to know about this for you. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Leo, double Leo energy, and the 5 of Cups. Okay, this 7 of Wands is saying you need to keep a boundary away from the people who want to drag you back to the sad life, the 5 of Cups. The energies we already looked at. I mean, how many more can we have? 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 5 of Coins, now a 5 of freaking Cups. Okay, so 7 of Wands, the boundaries to stand your ground. Again, that authority, even though you may feel a little like, this is new to me, it's okay. Jupiter and Leo is about having a brave heart and going for something you really, really, truly want. Jupiter and Leo can open doors once you set the intention and you start taking that aligned action, that energy flows in. And here we have the beautiful 8 of Wands, also Leo energy. Things can start moving very quickly for you once you take that first step forward, even if you're feeling a little wobbly and maybe a little sad if you're leaving behind some stuff. We had the 8 of Cups before, after all. Because sometimes we can still feel a little sad, even when we're leaving behind something that has not been that great, simply because we got used to it. and we're ending a certain chapter, right? It can be something like that. But this Eight of Wands is beautiful because this is saying there's going to be a lot of doors opening very quickly for you, a lot of different possibilities and things coming in. And I think too, with the other energies we had, it can be about a little bit about exploring a few things of how you want this to play out for yourself. You know, ultimately, you will be making some choices with the Emperor and then the Authority energy. But with that Six of Cups that we had before, it might be a good idea to just have a little bit of exploration before you finally commit to something beautiful that you're going to get started in your life with this dream. All right, Tiger, Tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. Let's see, what do you need to know? Jupiter in Leo transit. Their beautiful sun deck. Ooh, speaking of the sun, we have the sun in Leo and we have fortune. Okay. Wow. And the number 5 here, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So there could be some absolutely wonderful fortune headed your way. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's hope so. Let's see what the tarot has to say about it. How might that fortune come to you? Because it is about taking aligned action. It's very rare that things just fall in our laps. I mean, on occasion that can happen. But this could be fortune in terms of your money life, your business life, good fortune with romance. I mean, we're talking Leo, so it could be any of those. Leo rules gold, of course. Leo also rules the 5th house of the heart. So we could be talking about the gold of a wedding band, meeting somebody you can maybe marry. We could be talking about the gold from your bank account, you know? So let's see what the tarot has to say. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Ooh, we have a 3 of Wands. Look, you're on Mars. There you are in your astronaut suit. 3 of Wands. Okay. And we have a Page of Coins. Curiosity of Earth. We have the Moon. First you were on Mars. Now you're on the Moon. We have the 8 of Cups. And we have the 7 of Wands. All right. The good fortune can come from you getting out of a comfort zone. From you, and I'm getting chills down my legs, from you exploring beyond known territory. Also, moving from the shadows into the light, especially when it comes to your heart's desires. There could be a secret desire you've been harboring, like you really have wanted to pursue something in your life, but for whatever reason, you have felt you couldn't go public with it, or you couldn't tell somebody close to you, or whatever, for whatever reason. So any of these are possibilities here. I try to give a couple different scenarios so you can kind of see how the energy is working. So we have the beautiful 3 of Wands. I wasn't kidding. So, you're on Mars here, but you could see this is about exploring an unknown territory. You're in an astronaut suit. You're in outer space, away from whatever has been familiar. This is the thing, out of the comfort zone. This Page of Coins, out of your own backyard. You're leaving out of your own backyard. This person's with a little flower pot here. Researching how to get out of a comfort zone. That's the Page of Coins also. Are getting the funding and the resources to travel, to expand, to explore, to find your fortune. I mean, think about that. Right? Your fortune may be elsewhere than where you currently are or where you're currently looking. That's another possibility. We have the Moon in your heart. Classic energy of, yes, home. So that's what I'm saying. It could be something leaving your particular location or home, but it can also be doubts and fears and shadowy stuff. That's what I'm saying, like something that's been hiding in the shadows, your true desire. This is public. The sun is always a public energy. So getting out from a place where you've been hidden away, it could be time to really shine, which is a little bit of a cliche with Leo, but I mean, it's true. To put yourself out there more, Jupiter and Leo, as we were saying over here, like this is really out there, outer space, but whatever's been hidden away with this moon, whatever you've been doubting about, it's time to leave it behind. The 8 of Cups, emotionally, leave behind the doubts and worries and fears. And also this 7 of Wands here. I want you to really look at this person's face. If you can see, like they are defiant. They are like, you can come at me all you want. I am still going to go do what I want to do. 7 of Wands is a very brave energy. And it is also a Leo energy. So that's the thing. You are going to have a little bit of a talk to yourself, I think, and say, self, I need to get out there and pursue my destiny. My fortune is waiting for me. Yes, maybe I'm a little nervous about going and pursuing it, but with enough research, Page of Coins, and a little nest egg or resources I have, I can go out and get this thing done. I can get it underway, because it matters that much to me. So I feel like there's almost like I'm hearing that song, I'm coming out, like you're coming out of some sort of shadowy existence, which sounds super dramatic here, but with the moon in your heart, into one that is exciting and unknown, but it also is known because you have a certain destiny that you want to fulfill. But how it's all going to play out, what is the final destination? Well, we want it to be your fortune. All right, let's see what else we need to know about this. Tiger. Okay, we have Saturn in Gemini, and we have concentration. So if you look at this card, you see there's a little devil over this person's lips. There's a spider web, a little hard to see where that star is caught. So Gemini energy, yes, it's not that we're against Gemini energy, but Gemini energy can sometimes be scattered. It can be a little flighty in the negative sense. Gemini energy, of course, has its positives, but in looking at this card, you can see the devil is over this person's mouth. So Saturn is about moving in silence. Saturn's about commitments. It says concentration. Loose lips sink ships. This is not about you telling other people what you're doing. And yes, there may be 2 things that you are concurrently working on, because that's always Gemini. There could be 2 things you're going to be committing to with this fortunate path. Okay. But 2 things only. Don't be scattering your energies all over the place. It is time to focus, and it is not time to tell people your business, because there may be people who want to know. They're coming at you with the 7 of Wands. Okay, because all of a sudden, if you have been a little in the shadows, like with that moon card we had, and all of a sudden you're out there, you're taking action, you're doing things a little differently, there may be people like, what are you doing? And you may be tempted to tell them. Do not tell them, according to this card. Okay, Saturn, move in silence toward your goals and concentrate. All right, let us see what this is all about. And yeah, there may be something that you're going to be doing with Gemini related things like writing, speaking, teaching, selling, networking, all those types of things, communication arts, doing things with your hands that you're really good at doing. Four of Swords. Yes, the hiding away in the shadows. Emperor. Emperor. And Saturn is in Aries right now. Look, the 3 of Wands again. This is why I use different decks to see if energy repeats. The Tower, interesting. And the Fool, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. Now, I did say move in silence, and we have the silence energy, which is the 4 of Swords. So this could be you taking a break from social media, taking a break from socializing, taking a break from certain people, just kind of removing yourself, 4 of Swords, having a time out from whatever you're involved with, because you're going to be working on your fortune. You're working and committing and concentrating. Okay. So what are you concentrating on? You have plans in your hands. Here is the Emperor. As I said before, Saturn is in Aries. This is our Aries energy. So this is about absolutely committing to building your dream independently as only you can do. Taking charge, only you can do it. That is the thing. This is under your control. Okay. And look, the moment that you start moving toward that, you make that executive decision, here comes the Three of Wands again. So yes, it is time to decide to get out of this comfort zone and go explore some new place. We have the Fool, or new opportunities for you. With the Fool, Fool is associated with Uranus. We have the Tower, also associated with Mars and Uranus, depending. So, and Uranus is in Gemini right now. So we have suddenly new vistas and opportunities opening up for you to explore, to start a new cycle, to be visible, to be out there. Okay. And as I said, it might be two things, but first comes the concentration. That's the thing with this Emperor. Saturn energy can work in isolation. That is the thing. It can be loner type energy, as can also be Aries sometimes. So this is something, like I was saying before, you got to do it for yourself and not let anybody else stand in your way. And once you start really committing and you're taking that aligned action, you're going to see things opening up for you. This is a beautiful big ship on the horizon. And I think it's interesting that we've had this Gemini energy showing up also. Gemini, as I said, is always about two things, and we have a double Three of Wands. So there is likely to be two new paths that you are exploring in your life for this fortune, whatever it is. This could be two income streams. This could be two jobs you're taking on. This could be two book projects. These could be two big deals that you're, under contract for in the year ahead. Whatever the case may be. But it is going to start you on a whole new surprising cycle in your life, which is gorgeous. So where do you want to go? What's your new destination? There may, like I said, maybe two destinations. If you have been wanting to travel, that road could open up for you in surprising ways. You might be planning one, and then serendipitously, some other opportunity also comes in for you. There could be two significant travels for you with this Jupiter and Leo transit. And one could be connected also with manifesting fortune. Maybe you travel because you're going on a job interview, or you run into somebody on this particular travel that opens a big door for you. Okay, so there is a surprise twist with, I think, one of these travels, one of these open door situations with this Three of Wands. But you have to get out of the shadows of thinking you can't be in the light and have this fortune. So if you've had any pessimistic thinking, it is time to check that at the door. It does not belong in your life with a Jupiter and Leo transit. It is time to ask, believe, and receive. Absolutely, with this transit. All right, let us see. Here's our Rose Oracle deck. Ooh, we have rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. Okay, well, Leo rules the heart and all of those particular things. You will be in rapture. I think, always apply the energies to your life. Sure, there could be a new romance. Why not? That could be your fortune, as I was saying before. Whatever this is, though, this is something where your life is opening up with pleasure. Like this fortune, these good things that want to come in will make you feel enraptured, so to speak. Okay. It will make your life feel a sense of, what is that they say nowadays? Like people are talking about like romancing your life or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you recognize that, like how to live your life like it's a romance or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, hey, it could be that. Could be that. All right, let's pull some cards for this. But like I said, it's two things. So you could be having some sort of fortunate business success and some sort of fortunate love success in your life. Seven of Wands. We just had that. Interesting. King of Coins. And the Hermit. I'm laughing because, we had the Moon card before in the heart. All right. I'm going to read this a couple different ways. So this beautiful energy of rapture could be coming from an earth sign person. It could be a Virgo because we have the Hermit showing up, or it might be coming in earth sign season or Virgo season, okay, for time markers for the next year. It's possible. But here's the thing. I think no matter what we're talking about, whether we're talking about somebody entering your life who is quality, that's a King of Coins. Like they have their act together. They, have money. They have property usually. They're solid, stable, not running around town. Like they are usually a solid individual. That could be your fortune. This wants to come in if we're looking at this from romance. But what's the issue? The Seven of Wands and the Hermit. So again, opening yourself up to that potential, not being so defensive. Okay, the Seven of Wands. I mean, always have boundaries, of course, but also, it could be too that you are super defensive of your time, which you should be if you're building your fortune. So it's going to depend also on the timing of what's going on. But it could also be like, have a little flexibility there if this is relating to a romantic prospect, because it looks like there could be somebody that is genuine. Okay. This also can be, though, that what will give you pleasure is protecting your time and staying focused on your spiritual mission of building this fortune. And here's the fortune, this King of Coins. So our Jupiter and Leo transit goes until the end of July 2027. So this may be coming for you in Taurus season of 2027. You might be starting on it at the end of July. The very latest, I would say at September, with Virgo energy showing up here. And you give it that 6, 7, 8 months, you could see good improvements, something that you're holding in your hands solid, that you're manifesting in your life, the fortune. Okay, so that is another way to look at this particular energy with this rapture. Because what could give you a lot of pleasure is creating some sort of absolutely pinnacle stability in your life. And the beautiful Panther. Let's see what you need to know about this Jupiter in Leo transit. Let's start with our beautiful Sun Leo deck here. Panther. Ooh, we have the Moon in Scorpio and power. Ooh, okay. So remember, Leo is a lot about our heart space. Moon is about our emotions. So, Leo can be about being in the spotlight also. So maybe that is where the power is going to come from. You can see this person's looking up at this sun-moon combo here. So let's see what we need to know about that for you. Really tuning into, Moon and Scorpio, especially psychic and intuitive power, and the power to deeply transform after difficult circumstances. So there could be a lot of powerful transformation and regeneration that's going on with your emotions as well. And also, Moon can represent our home and family. The Scorpio energy, the Moon in Scorpio just really though comes from that listening to your deep intuitive knowing. Moon and Scorpio people, I'm going to, say it, I think are the most intuitive people of the entire zodiac. Don't ever try to fool a Moon in Scorpio. It's not going to happen. Okay. But we have the 8 of Wands, 8 of Fire. We have the Magician. We have the Star. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm getting chills. We have the Chariot. Are you kidding me right now? And we have the Seven of Cups. Wow. Wow. Okay, Panther. This can be about reinventing yourself in a very powerful way. This can be about tapping into your unique gifts and talents and abilities in a very powerful way that, yes, can get renowned by the public in some way. Over the next year, your public profile could rise, your gifts, talents be acclaimed. Very nice. All right, let's start out with this 8 of Wands. So our Leo energy, lots of things moving, picking up speed in your life when it comes to your creativity. The Magician here. So you could have already been working on a lot of different things, a lot of different projects. It could feel like everything's finally like coming together. A lot of moving parts, different pieces. You are like kind of bringing it all together in a very powerful way. Now, this could also be what you're creating in your life. Maybe you're an artist and you're pulling a lot of different pieces together, or, you know, whatever. Or maybe you make stained glass. As an example, you're pulling all these pieces together. So it's a metaphor, right? So you could be taking a lot of different things that have been going on in your life and using them as powerful fuel to motivate you, as inspiration with this Magician here. And also, you know, the Magician is a year-long energy for me. So I feel like whatever you have been doing since last August of 2025, all the things you've been setting in motion since then, all of a sudden, everything starts coming together, whatever those things might be. Okay? Because also the stubborn Scorpio moon here, like you did not give up. Scorpio moon, very tenacious. Everybody thinks it's just Cancer. No. Scorpio moon. Okay. It's fixed sign energy. The star is in your heart. You have had the faith and hope and guidance and optimism to persevere. You are making magic in your life, and more magic is on the way. Our Aquarius energy here with this star card, Pluto, the ruling planet of Scorpio, which is the moon energy we are talking about, is in Aquarius. So there could be something hugely transformational for you over the next year ahead, with opportunities you are manifesting that are divinely aligned and guided, and that will lead you to a whole new chapter in your life of recognition in some way. And we have the gorgeous Chariot here also. Again, another energy of recognition, of fast movement. So fast over here, these are all the things you were doing before. They are going to lead to other roads opening up for you with this Chariot. But you're going to be the one in charge of, do I want to do that or not? Okay, so there might be a fork in the road. There might be something you're choosing. But look at these very powerful things here. The Magician, the Star, and the Chariot. This is unstoppable power. That is the moon in Scorpio. But it often comes after deep transformation and trials and tribulations. But you've already had those, and you were, moving away from them very quickly. We have the 7 of Cups here. Gorgeous, because I feel like with these double sevens here, this Chariot and the 7 of Cups, it's like you are choosing something new and inspiring. I mean, I look at the 7 of Cups as kind of like a bucket list energy. And so, way leads on to way. A road leads to another road, another opening that is aligned with things that you are truly deeply desiring, because this is also the water, the Scorpio, the energy that we're looking at here. The Chariot's also the Cancer, the water. Things are coming together in a very beautiful way with this energy. There could be a very important travel as well. This travel may be happening in Aquarius season. It's possible 2027. It may also be happening in Cancer season, like June. I feel June of next year, but it could also be July. Jupiter in Leo is with us in Leo until the end of July 2027. So those 2 time frames, just keep them in mind. It also could be traveling as a result of some sort of publicity that you're getting, opportunity for your career in some way. Maybe you're being invited to exhibit at a gallery, like with your art, or something creative like that, since we have strong creative energy showing up here. But no matter what you're doing, even if you're not involved in those types of things, it just could be a travel that really opens up your energy to a powerful new chapter and beginning that's very transformational. You could be traveling somewhere because you're investigating it for a second home or a place you want to move to. That's another possibility because, we're talking about the moon, home, and here we have a 7 of Cups next to the Chariot, the Cancer energy of home as well. Wow. Let's see what else is going on here for you, Panther. We have optimism. Now we have another moon. We have a moon in Sagittarius. So Sagittarius energy, all about discovery. Yes, enthusiasm, optimism, joy, very aligned with Jupiter energy in Leo. Absolutely. Expansion and growth and believing in yourself. And being optimistic about your future. Very nice. Okay. Also, we have the 3 muses. I don't know if you can see these ladies on the bottom of the card, the 3 muses. So for those of you who are in the creative arts, this reading is really kind of popping for me with this. Okay. There really could be beautiful opportunities for you to travel with your art, to be inspired in fresh ways. You could be creating also a whole new way of doing your art, your artistry, whatever that is. I don't care if it's beadwork, you're knitting, you're writing songs, whatever you're doing. All right, let's see what we need to know about this moon in Sag. And moon in Sag, moon, again, home. So it could be, again, going out and exploring some destined new place you want to live in. 7 of Swords. Who invited him? 3 of Cups. I was just saying the 3 muses. Page of Coins. 4 of Swords. And a 10 of Wands. Okay. There is an energy around you that you are finished with. And I think that you are going to free yourself from it because it is blocking your blessings, I think, in some way. This is not you. This is something around you. It could be the environment you're in. It could be a person around you. It's possible. But the 7 of Swords, is an energy where, yes, it's associated with lying and all of that, but it's just a negative energy. And with this 10 of Wands also, and this 4 of Swords, the vibe I'm getting with these 3 is like a covert narcissist, the one that's, it's always like they're the victim. That's the vibe I'm getting. And you are just so over it because it's no matter what you're dealing with one of those where it's, always they're the victim. Nothing you can say will ever change the situation. Right. And they're so manipulative. All narcissists are, but the covert narcissists, they're the worst. And that I'm getting that from this 4 of Swords. And just this heavy burden. So I think these 3 energies, what they're saying to me is, you want this covert, that's 7 of Swords, this negative energy here to go away. You're not dealing with it anymore because you have other things, new beginnings you want to invest in. That's the Page of Coins. You want to invest in people who are joyful. This is the optimism card. Who are doing their art, who are looking at life more optimistically, who still have a little song in their heart and a spring in their step, and they're getting out there and enjoying life. Not this, let's just all stay home, the world is ending, drama, etc. No, okay? Like you are not having that in your life anymore. This Page of Coins also could be some sort of gift, blessing, and goodie to associate with these types of people. If you have been feeling like, you want new people around you, But also it could be some sort of funding for, especially like I really just, so much of this is about art and creativity, which is very Leo, very Jupiter and Leo also. There could be like a little funding for whatever you're wanting to do. You could win a prize for your poetry. You could get funding for your first film. Like you could get a grant. Like it's these types of things. Of course, you need to apply for these things, right? But that is what this is. Jupiter and Leo wants to bring you the blessing of being around similarly optimistic and aligned people who are investing with joy in their creativity. Okay, because from the first energies we got with the moon in Scorpio, the powerful transformation, like I said, you have paid your dues. You have done the hard work. You have been working very hard on transformation and stepping into this greater path for yourself. Why are you going to want to stay around a 7 of Swords, 10 of Wands, 4 of Swords person? No, you don't want to. So joyfully go out, and Jupiter and Leo can help with that. Joyfully go out and find your people. All right, let's see what we have from this Rose Oracle deck for you. Wow, very interesting. We have the Rose Garden. Ooh, look at this. It's beautiful. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. Yeah, forgive yourself for, being caught up in whoever that energy is that we just looked at. Okay, it's okay. And yeah, this sense of innocence, like that's that 7 of Cups also. It's just getting back to really taking good care of yourself emotionally, creatively, like the innocence of feeling optimistic. It's, not associating with cynical people and a negative vibe or energy that is around you. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about that. The Rose Garden, where, the energies are blossoming, where there's a beautiful fragrance in the air, where people are kind to one another and not, squashing one another's dreams, but lifting each other up. All right, the Rose Garden. Gifts from the universe, 6 of Coins. Another gift from the universe, Page of Cups. Another gift from the universe, 6 of Cups. So we are talking about associating with different people. You saw that magician that was right there, didn't you? Another magician poked out from the card pile. All right. So we have this beautiful energy. All 3 of these are about generosity of spirit. This is literal tangible goods, 6 of Coins. Like we just had the Page of Coins. There can be some sort of funding coming to you, generosity from the universe to fund your dreams, fund this path that you want to open up, this road, fund a trip you want to go on, whatever that 7 of Cups bucket list is. You can will this into existence with your power and optimism. Okay, that magician that we had also. Page of Cups, beautiful heart and innocent energy. That's also this card, this innocence that we were talking about. It's, sometimes people who are so jaded and cynical, they're like, oh, the universe, how do you believe in that crap? Like, that's not true, law of attraction, but it is true. Don't let them buy it, make you cynical. Page of Cups is not cynical. And the beautiful fish, a beautiful blessing coming. Maybe in Pisces season of February, March 2027. We have Libra energy. Actually, both of these could be Libras because it's 6 showing up here. It's Venus. It's Venus energy showing up here with the 6s. So could be Libra energy, Libra, time frame here. So end of September, October. We have the Pisces vibe. And then we have this other 6 of Cups here. Okay, 6 of Cups, again, gifts from the universe. Tend to be more emotional because it's the cups, but it's feel-good energy. It's, again, associating with somebody close to you who's supportive, who supports your dreams. I think you're going to have a new little group around you. I really feel with this and this. where you're supporting one another in whatever endeavors you have going on. And, you know, you could be very surprised at how that manifests. Maybe you're the one who starts it. It's possible. Maybe you reach out to these other ones, or somebody reaches out to you. That could be part of the Six of Coins also. And, you know, this can also be, it doesn't have to be arts. It can be a little manifestation mastermind group where you and a couple other friends who, like I said, are of similar thinking and persuasion, who are optimistic and believe in manifestation. You get together, have some coffee, lift each other up. Like I like to say in the comments all the time here, lift each other up in the comments, right? Like, because there is power in the collective also, as long as that collective is aligned. And that's the thing here. This is beautifully aligned energy for you. So seriously, apply for anything where you could get grants or fundings. Well, maybe not everything, but be selective, right? But seriously, there is a reason that there are grants. You have to just dig and find them. They are out there. Do your internet searches, ask ChatGPT, ask Claude, ask whomever, get some research going for yourself and throw your hat in the ring to get funding for your small business, for your art gallery, for, you know, going on a writing residency somewhere, whatever. You could be very, very pleasantly surprised. Try it. Why not? So thank you so much for joining me for your Jupiter in Leo Pick a Cat tarot and oracle card reading. I will be back very soon with individual zodiac sign readings for Jupiter in Leo. So if you want to get alerted to when those appear on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll get notified by YouTube when they drop. And if you got value out of this video, want to give it a thumbs up, a hype, a share, a shout out, a comment, whatever is feeling generous in your heart to do. Doing so really helps out my channel and gets the messages out to more people who could benefit from them. And I think people could benefit from a fun reading like this. Why not? Jupiter in Leo, expansive energy opportunities, a little fun to set our intentions with what came out in these particular readings. And let me know, of course, which cat did you choose? Let me know in the comments. Love you guys. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wild, signing out.